Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Tina. Tonight I would like to talk about parasitic attachments to our mind. Yes, this is very interesting subject as it affects us all in certain way when it takes place. What are exactly those parasitic attachments to our mind? I'm gonna say straight away that I'm talking here from my own point of view. Those are my own observations, and this is what seems how it looks and works from my perspective. So I'm not repeating somebody else's claims or how they see it. Okay, now I have been aware for quite a while now that there's something going on because first of all, it took me a while to realize that our mind is part of our own awareness. And also, I've noticed that there's lots of things going on, goes on between that mind that we communicate with, that we express ourselves with. And it is interesting because I've noticed that, for example, people get depressed, people get scared, people get like feeling down very often, and all that comes on suddenly. What I've observed, it could be no reason for that, and suddenly you feel, whoops, you're feeling like the dark cloud suddenly comes over you, to the point that you feel sadness, that it's so overwhelming, or feeling disturbed in every sense. Okay, so this is like a little example here I'm putting how parasitic attachment can come through your mind. Where are they coming from? Who are they? Well, I believe that those are product of dark forces who operate this plane of existence. Those are the guys basically that run this lush farm in here that we are trapped in, and they doing everything and anything to make our existence here as challenging, as hard and as horrific as possible. So they wouldn't leave you alone. I mean, have you noticed, guys, that nothing lasts here forever? Like, for example, when you're feeling sometimes elated and happy, and you're feeling, wow, this is great, it doesn't last. There's always something that is the other side of it immediately shows up almost and spoils it for you. And those are attacks from those darker forces. They're attacking your mind. They send doubts, the darkness, all sort of, you start questioning things, sometimes suddenly for no reason even, but this is what it happens, and it attaches to your mind, and there's only one reason for it. It's to extract energy from you. Because nothing works more beautiful for those parasitic entities than seeing you suffer and you just running around the circles, and especially if you don't know what you're dealing with and you're not sure why it's happening, because they the darkness likes to operate in the shade, in the shadows. They don't come forward, oh, here I am and I'm gonna poke at you now and see how you're going to react to it. No, it's sometimes a very subtle feeling that comes over you. Okay, this is how I recognize that for some time now, that something is not up. Now, how do I deal with this when it comes? Because I'm not exceptions, guys. I also have moments of doubts. I have moments of that I'm feeling depressed, that I'm feeling fear, but how I'm dealing with it, the key is not to entertain it, not to go along with it and wait what happens. Okay, the moment that you feel like this, okay, you have to react to it in a very assertive way, and what pops into my mind now. Yes, you have to treat it with immediate attack almost. And you say, okay, I have enough of this nonsense. I'm stopping at it now. I don't know why I'm feeling like this, but I'm not entertaining this, and I'm not participating in it, and I'm not getting involved with this feeling. And it works for me, guys. It takes usually perhaps 5 minutes, okay, when suddenly the mood, that darkness is lifted off, because I refuse to participate in it. Now, when I was very young, I didn't know this little trick, as I call it, okay? I didn't know much about it. And it caused me lots of depression, lots of bad moments I had because of that. There was like years and years of it. And of course, like everything else, I discovered how to help myself quite late in my life. I mean, really. I did mention that I'm 65 now, so it took me a little while to notice what's going on and how to deal with this. Yes, and there's a name to it. It's parasitic entities, parasitic attachment of rather what the entities are doing through you. Yes, we're living in between the predator world and also between duality system. Because of that, it's almost like somebody has free access to us, that we're not protected from those attacks. Because yes, those are attacks, guys, honestly. And yes, I mean, some people have difficulties not just functioning from day to day because of that, but they've got difficulties like sleeping at night. What happens? Your mind is active all the time because it's part of your consciousness, okay? Part of your awareness. And the mind is never sleeping, never resting. When something goes on, it's almost like the mind is detecting that something is not right, and it's reminding you it needs to be fixed, needs to be corrected. And if you have worries about something, if you're concerned about things, it piles up sometimes to the point that it's impossible to rest, impossible to relax, impossible to fall asleep, because people say, I've got so much on my mind now. Yes, those things have to be put under control, because you should be able to control what goes within your mind, not the thing controlling you. That attachment, the darkness is controlling you, so you have to switch that off, and you have to reverse that process as soon as possible. As soon as you become aware that something is perhaps not right, that it feels like very deep, hollow feeling in here between your solar plexus, you know, that something, it's like a fear almost, that the attack coming on you. And the more you think about it, the worse it becomes, because then you making that fear, the situation that it's around you that you can't cope with, it's even bigger, and it becomes such a challenge that many people can't cope with it, and they seek help. They go to psychiatrists, they reach for a drink, they take drugs, you know, all this happens only because people can't cope. It's horrific feeling. And yes, as I said, the name to it is attachments. And those attachments are parasitic energies that attach themselves to your mind. And it's corrupting your own awareness, okay? Yes, there is such a thing as corruption of your awareness, because that means that external interference, okay? And to detect it is only to observe it for a moment and say, I'm not participating in it. You have to cut it off as soon as possible and say, it's nothing to do with me anymore, okay? This is how it worked for me. I repeat again. And you say those few things for about maybe 10-15 seconds, you feel okay-ish, and then again it comes back to you. And then again say, nothing to do with me, cut it off, go away, I don't want to participate, I got enough of that. You can even swear at this moment. I mean, I usually say, come on, I'm not dealing with this shit, okay? Because it's nothing to do with me, okay? That way, you kind of blocking that dark energy, those attachments, to have time to settle between you and to torment you for several hours or days. You're cutting it off. by not participating, by turning your attention from it or looking down on it and taking command, okay, you're taking some control over how you're supposed to be feeling. So on the other hand, you won't allow that attachment to control you. You control it, okay, by blocking it from getting spread into your mind and getting spread into every pore of your body and to all your consciousness, because then it creates layers of this attachment, and those layers are kind of like several different platforms attacking you from different ways. The only way I know that works, because it worked for me, and honestly every time I do it, it works, is immediately cut off. Don't entertain the thought, oh, I'm so depressed, I don't know what's going on, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Stop it, okay? You taking the command and take no-nonsense attitude, guys. This is how it works. Yes, you can go to the doctors, they can prescribe you something, and that means you're gonna numb that feeling of terror that comes in waves, okay? And you're gonna be maybe sleeping better because you numb it, but you do not eliminate it altogether. Because parasitic attachments, they don't just go away, you know. You have to take a command and do something with it. It's like when you have a naughty child, okay, and the child causes lots of havoc and it's breaking things, standing on its head and making noise. You have to say, stop it right now, okay, because I'm not having any more of this. So that you have to take this kind of command, because you are in charge. You are in charge of your body. Well, I'm saying the meat suit is, the vehicle that you express yourself with, between this physical reality. So you have to look after it somehow, So you're in charge of your body, and also you're in charge of your thoughts and your mind. The mind is your servant, not the other way around. The mind is not your commander and boss that tells you what to do. You have to use your mind in a way that it serves you and that it's to your benefit. So what is happening? You're eliminating that dynamic, that you're fearing it, that you don't know what to do. Because once you're in charge, you're in charge. Nothing can come and contradict that feeling, but it has to be genuine feeling. You can't pretend and say, oh, I'm in charge, but at the same time entertain the fear, entertain the uncertainty, because then you're not in charge, okay? So it has to come not just in your own voice that you say it, but you have to feel it as well, because only then you take full command of the situation. Yes, it's a very difficult subject, because I know there's many people think about it, and I bet that many doctors that people go to asking for help, they cannot even get any great answer, okay, that could solve this problem. I mean, because we're talking here on a metaphysical level, and doctors are not supposed to touch metaphysics, so they go through the scientific facts, so-called facts, that there's studies done, there's research done, and they say, oh, if you take this or that medication, you're going to be like brand new you. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work at all. It's like this. Each medication you take, you can treat something, but then you got side effects to this treatment. So that means one is treated and the other one and something else, it gets broken or gets really down as a result of that treatment. So then you need to take other medications to treat the side effects of the medication that's supposed to be helping you in the first place. So it's like a bit of a rabbit hole you're getting into, But yes, it's like putting a little band on the massive cut or on your leg or hand, So it's not going to really work much. You have to take command. You have to consciously participate in it to help yourself, At first it may seem like hopeless, but please try to believe in yourself that you can do it. That's another thing, the power of belief, okay? If you believe that you can do it without going to seeking any outside help, okay? Because you're dealing with parasitic entities. Every one of us, I believe, has several of them attached to you. because this plane, I mean, this is a joke where we exist, really. This is, I mean, we are here basically living on some sort of like a survival mode. This is not a place that anybody can thrive and be fully happy and be fully themselves, really. So apart from that, or from everyday difficulties that became like normal, so-called normal part of our life here, we have this attachments to our mind that feed on us, basically, because they do. I mean, sometimes it comes to the point like people say, oh, I hear voices, I hear like something tells me to do things almost. And those are severe attachments, yes. And again, spotting if you spot the earlier on what is happening, you won't progress to that situation when it gets out of hand, okay? And at that point you need probably reach for some sort of professional help, even for temporary measure, okay? Absolutely. But to avoid all that, you can help yourself, really, because I mean, I never met anybody that, not even one person within my life that say, oh, I never been depressed, I always deal with everything fine, I mean, always okay. No, people do get depressed, people do get frightened, and they are fearful of things that seem to be out of the ability to control and to do something about. So yes, I mean, this is like a normal state of existence here, that it's constantly, we have to be vigilant. It's like every day has different battles to go through, and every single day you have to be vigilant, you have to see what is happening, and when something you detect that is not right, you have to do something about it. This is another thing, you know, when some people ignore problems, okay? I'm talking here not about attachment to your mind, but everyday things that can cause problems. And if you don't solve them while they're still fresh, if you put them, oh, I deal with this tomorrow or next week, and put it under the carpet and pretend they don't exist, these problems come back to you, and they are double to deal with, you know, because nothing goes away on itself. Nothing just goes away, nothing. When you're attacked by something, there's different kinds of attacks on us coming through the dark force entities. One of them is that mind attachment, that very dark, and another is through different everyday problems. Sometimes those problems are little, you know, and people hardly notice them, but say, oh, I deal with this tomorrow or later. But then it drains you whenever you think about it, and the more you leave it and you do nothing about it, comes as a drain to your system, as a drain to your mind. You're feeling tired, and this is, you know, also another form of attachment. It's attachment of something that you're supposed to be solving, and the dark energy, when it's unsolved, stays with you. It's almost like embraces you and ties around you. So yes, please guys, pay attention to also, apart from the mind attachment, pay attention to anything else that may cause you worry, okay, and may cause you sleepless nights, okay, and an ability to function within a normal, relatively relaxed state, okay. This is extremely important to look into, okay. Now, I don't know anything else how to add to this, to those observations, okay. As I say, I'm not claiming that it will work for everybody. I'm just saying, if you spot it on earlier, okay, rather than later, you'll be able to take a command and some sort of action to stop it, okay, so it does not progress to the point that you lose the grip on that, what you can do about it, okay. Yes, and it did work for me, that you cut off immediately, and you don't entertain this state of mind. Yes, this is state of mind, but it's not very beneficial to anybody. It's rather soul destroying, okay. So yes, I mean, If anybody has any other way that finds that work for them, please share it so maybe other people can benefit from it too. Because spreading this kind of awareness is always very helpful, and you never know who you may help. So that would be it for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.